Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Let me see who's in here. Let me fix my desk lamp so I can see what the crap's going on. I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm half blind. Let's see. Southern Mom, good morning. It is Stacy. Good morning. Cement Shoes. Tell Melissa good morning as well. Misty Walker, good morning. How's everyone doing this morning? I'm in slow-mo again. I don't know what's going on with me, but I just can't get in the groove, you know. Hey, Red Rum. Hey, Faithful One. Good to see y'all. It's probably the cold weather, you know. I just can't get going. I feel like I'm always tired. Anyways, hey, Remy. Good morning. How are you? I heard you talking about Bob the turkey the other day. Is Linda still around? Pop and Linda. That cracks me up. Anyhow, we got a few things to talk about this morning. I think I'm going to talk about the missing boy from Tennessee, Cheltenham County, Jordan Gorman, because I just feel like that's the most important. And then we'll talk about Lori Vallow and a little bit about the new suspect in the Madeleine McCann case. He got injured. Yes, Bob and Linda are alive and well. Okay. Well, I didn't know. I always hear you talking about Bob, and I never hear you mention Linda. Maybe I just miss it. Hey, Sunny Side Up. Good morning, Alex. Good to see you. How's the girls? How's your puppy, hen? I've been meaning to message you. I'm glad you come in here. I get things on my mind to do it and then get distracted and forget. Stacy, I missed yesterday, but watched later. That sick nurse had me crying. Yeah, she's a real psycho. She's a monster, killing little premature babies. Freaking evil. Hey, brown-eyed girl. Oh, girl, I love your videos. They crack me up. Y'all check out Brown-Eyed Girl's channel and Red Rum Media. I think she just put up a new video. Check her out. And Brown-Eyed Girl has a makeup channel. I think, what's it called? Ladybug Beauty? Is that what it's called? Ladybug Beauty? I know it's Ladybug because that's my dog's name, Ladybug. Girl, you need to do a video on how to put on eyeshadow correctly for mature eyes, such as mine. Okay? Please. I could really use some tips. Yes, Ladybug Beauty. I knew the Ladybug part was right. I have a bad memory. Your little dog, he was cracking me up in the costume contest. He's looking all thug. Alex says, Milo is okay. She will have a mass removed and biopsy. Girls are good. Harley is teething, keeping mom busy. Is your little nephew doing okay? I have hooded eyes too, girl, and I suck at applying eyeshadow. Really. I don't know how you girls do it. I mean, you make your makeup look like, it's been professionally done. I mean, I like totally suck at it. But I do like to watch tutorials. It's all in the moisturizer. You can believe the doctors told me I can't wear makeup for stuff on Thursday. Yeah, you got to have a good moisturizer. I probably need a damn primer for one. Okay, let's get started on our true crime. I want to tell you about this missing boy. I told you about him yesterday. Let me pull up his picture here. I'm glad you come in, brown-eyed girl. True crime may not be your thing, but I'm glad you come in. I love your makeup videos, though. And your little funny, like, parody things that you do. You had me cracking up with those rollers in your hair. I don't know if that was a filter or what, but it was funny. Okay, so yes, y'all check out Red Rum. Put her link in if you guys can. I'm going to have to check out her latest videos. Okay, let me see. So there is Jordan. His name is Jordan Gorman. He's only 9 years old. He's from Cheltenham County, Tennessee. He disappeared Sunday. Got in an argument, got mad at his mom, and left. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Listen, this kid had no shoes on. He was in pajamas. And they can't find him anywhere. The TBI searching for him. All kinds of law enforcement agencies are involved searching for this kid, and they still can't find him. And the temperatures has been in like the 40s and in the 30s there. Let me, I want to pull up an article here. It may quit screen sharing this picture and go to the article, but that's okay. Says the search for a missing 9-year-old Middle Tennessee boy who disappeared into a heavily wooded area near his home entered day 3 on Tuesday. A statewide Amber Alert was issued late Monday morning for Jordan Gorman, who went missing in Cheltenham County on Sunday. TBI spokesman Josh Devine said the search continued by air through the night. The ground search resumed Tuesday once light broke, he said. The boy was last seen walking into the woods near Valley View Road and Wanda Lane by his Jolton area home. Something's not right about this. The TBI and Cheltenham County Sheriff Mike Breedlove spoke Monday afternoon from a command post near New Life. I'm about to time somebody out. Near New Life Community Church in Jolton, urging community members to be on the lookout for any signs of the boy, who is believed to be barefoot, wearing a short-sleeved gray T-shirt with red stripes on the arms and blue jeans. He is described about 4 feet tall. He weighs about 75 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. We are all praying to find him, Breedlove told reporters Monday. The National Weather Service in Nashville said that overnight low Sunday bottomed out at 34 degrees in Cheltenham County. Monday's low dropped to the upper 30s. The search efforts are currently being led by law enforcement. Should law enforcement have a need for community volunteers, Breedlove said it would be announced. I think that's basically saying stay away, let them do their thing. It says Jordan's parents lost their first son, Josiah Adam Lazek, 24 years old, in a 2011 car crash just before Christmas, according to an online obituary. They've been adopting and fostering the children ever since. So, actually, those are not his parents. They're his grandparents. And they adopted him and his siblings. I think he has some sisters. After their son was killed in a car crash. Gerald Pryor, who has known the family for years through his ministry at New Life Community Church in Jolton, said Jordan was adopted. The boy has 2 full sisters who were adopted with him, Pryor said. This is not the article I was looking for, I don't think. Let me go to the next one. Let me stop screen sharing this for a second. Let me take this one down. Something's not right now. Reportedly, his sister is the last one that's seen him walking away from the house barefooted in his PJs. That story just don't add up to me. Hey, Bailey. How are you? I'm always suspicious. Suspicious of the parents, of course. It just always scares me when I see that these kids that go missing, when it says adopted or fostered, because we know how it goes. Most of the time, the kids are not found safely because their adopted parents or their biological parents, have done something to them. I just don't see, unless someone, it's possible He could have took off walking, and some weirdo picked him up. That's a possibility. Some pedophile could have picked him up. But I don't know. Something just tells me this kid did not walk away from his home. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it. Let me see if I can pull up the other. I think that was the article that I had pulled up. I thought I had one that had a little bit more information. Hold on a sec. Let me get in my link room here. Right here it is. I think it is. Could be the same daggone one that I just had. It says investigators currently don't know what prompted the boy to leave or which direction he headed when he left. Well, according to his sister, he like headed left, I believe. I just don't see how that poor little feller, 9 years old, only 4 feet tall, how much did he weigh? Like 70 pounds or something? Could survive the cold temperatures like that. Like 30 and 40 degrees. That is cold. It was cold when I went out this morning here, when I went out to let the farm animals out. I was like dreading getting out because the wind's been blowing a lot. It's just been really cold. Missed the first part of this story. He disappeared Sunday, Lisa. There's really not much information. Evidently, his parents now adopted him. I guess they're really his grandparents. Their son had got killed in 2011 in a car accident. So they adopted Jordan and his siblings. And he just disappeared from his home Sunday. Allegedly got mad at his mom and walked away from the home barefooted in his PJs. 9 years old. So he has brown hair and brown eyes. But they said from the picture provided by the TBI, his hair could even be considered dirty blonde. Let me go back and look. My son's got dirty blonde hair. Yeah, I guess it could be considered dirty blonde hair. I just hope they find him today. They need to find him today. Let me just open up his picture again. You never know. I mean, pedophile could have picked him up. I just don't see a 9-year-old running away from home barefooted and not coming back within a few minutes. Just don't make sense to me. Hey, that's not a very big picture. He's a cute little feller. They need to find him ASAP. Hey, Captain Obvious. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I love when people stop in and say hi. Makes my day. Okay, guys. So I will keep you updated about little Jordan. Please remember him in your prayers. It's they need to find him today. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all, brown-eyed girl. I'm not buying this story. But what got me, one article I read said that pastor that knew the family said that his sister was the last one to see him. He was walking away from the house going like left. Kind of looks like it's in the boonies, kind of like where I live, you know. A lot of wooded area around. Exactly, and I don't believe it's coincidence. He walked out and a pedo is right there at that time. I know. I try to keep an open mind, and I'm like, anything's possible, you know, but I'm not, no. I don't think that happened either. I don't think he walked away. I mean, where would he be? There's several buildings on that property, and they have searched all that. And they've had helicopters up. I believe they've been using drones. They've got people on foot. They've got dogs there. And they can't track this little boy. It's not said anything about any bodies of water nearby. Yeah, totally. It's a mystery. Something happened. He's somewhere. I just prayed that he's okay, that he's alive. Hey, Very Mary. Is Verbal in here? Hey, Verbal. Getting up late? Okay, so next we'll talk about, oh my God, Lori Vallow. Hoary Lori, as I call her. I probably shouldn't call her that, but hey, I don't have no respect for that monster. So I came across this article, and Nancy Gray, she did a podcast about this. Crime Online put up an article about it, of course. But Lori, when she was notified that her third husband had been found dead, he'd been, in his apartment, dead for like about a week, I believe. Well, she was next to kin. They notified her. She never went and claimed the body, nor did she reach out to Joe Ryan's sister, Annie Cushing, and tell her that her brother had passed. She didn't do anything like that. So the body went unclaimed, so it got cremated. The state cremated it. Let me pull up this article here. Lori, she is something else. I'm telling you. It's the most evil witch in this world. Or bitch. She's a bitch. An evil bitch. So Joseph Ryan died April 3rd, 2018. 6 months later, y'all remember that recording that I played for y'all where Lori Vallow was at one of her stupid cult meetings preparing a people, and she was talking about having a murderous heart and how she thought about killing Joseph Ryan because, she was in that custody battle with him and he allegedly abused her kids, all this and that. Well, that recording was done 6 months after Joseph Ryan's death. Coincidence? I think not. Anyone that gets in Lori Vallow's way, they end up dead. She's a freaking black widow. Blows my mind. She preaches all this religious stuff, and she's a Mormon, dedicated Mormon. But she's had, 5 husbands? They don't believe in divorce. Yeah, the wind's blowing hard here too. I shouldn't be buffering, but it may be. She's worse than cyanide. Yeah. So Joe Ryan allegedly, it ain't allegedly. The coroner did say he died of a heart attack, but they probably didn't really investigate it good. He'd been dead in his apartment for like a week, probably more than that. So one of the experts was saying that's probably why the state rushed getting him cremated, especially after no one claimed the bodies, because it decomposed quite a bit. It did a long time. But it blew my mind. Maybe we've talked about this before, but y'all know how I forget stuff. I just didn't remember hearing about her not notifying Joseph Ryan's sister that he died. Because she was contacted, because she was listed next to Ken Lori. So they notified her. She didn't go claim the body. And that's her daughter's father. It's not very Christian-like, is it? She really hated Joseph Ryan, though, I believed. Well, a neighbor's dog is what got people's attention. He was taking his dog for a walk, Remy, and the dog went to Joseph Ryan's apartment door and was like scratching and going crazy, crying, barking. So yeah, that's how he was discovered. Captain Obvious. She's a black widow and will take anyone out who gets in her way. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Isn't it funny? Joseph Ryan, here he drops dead. No one finds him for over a week. And then, who's next? Charles Vallow. Then the kids, Tylee and JJ. And then Tammy Daybell. And then her brother, Alex Cox. They were saying something about, the autopsy. He died of a blood clot or something, but I don't know. It's just too big of a coincidence. All these people dead around her and Chad Dumbbell. I don't know who's worse, her or him. Some people actually think Lori was the puppet master, but it's my opinion that Chad was the puppet master. I think Lori's got schizophrenia or something like that, and he knew that, and that's how she was easily to manipulate into believing about zombies and stuff. That's my theory. Hey, Will. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Will. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, let's not forget she had Alex try and kill Joseph Ryan with the stun gun. It says, he said Joseph took pity on them and let Alex take a plea deal. He still had to didn't he have to do a couple months in jail for that? Oh, also, let's not forget Lori's niece, Melanie Bedreau. Someone tried to kill her ex, Brandon Bedreau. Someone shot at him, and he said he believed it was Alex Cox driving Tylee's Jeep. I believe it's a Jeep Wrangler, a white one that actually was registered to Charles Vallow. Yeah, so they was going to take him out too. I believe Melanie Bedreau, Lori's niece, knows a lot more than what she's saying about all these murders and stuff. She's probably right in on it. If it hadn't been for her husband convincing her to cooperate, she'd have been cuffed and stuffed as well. Same with Melanie Gibb, Lori's friend. And actually, that stupid recording we listened to, their stupid cult meeting, that was done at Melanie Gibb's home. You can hear her in the background, just taking it all in, eating it up, believing it. Hook, line, and sinker, as they say. She was involved a lot more than she's let on to. She's no hero. Yeah, she cooperated with police after she lied to them. She lied to them and said that JJ had been at her house, but he was on his way back to his mother's. Then she waited a few days, I believe actually about a week, then called police and told them the damn truth. They're all liars and weirdos, in my opinion. I agree, Cece. I think she knew she had to turn quick to get it off. Yes. Hey, Light Feather, good morning. I just want to tell you, your flooring looks so good. I did get that email and the pictures of your new floor. It looks so good. I love it. Yeah, if Melanie Bedreau's new husband hadn't convinced her, to cooperate, she'd be in a whole heap of trouble. I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, but Melanie Bedreau actually visited Lori and Chad Dumbbell when they were in Hawaii. Psychos of a feather flock together. That's right. I can't wait till they're charged with murder. I mean, come on. I know they're trying to get everything in order, but let's speed it up. What do they want? Like this first trial to be over, like their charges of tampering with evidence and, tampering with corpses, all that. Maybe they want to get that trial over with. As soon as it's over with, slap them with murder charges. Here's what I think. I think they convinced Alex Cox to do the murders. That's what I think. I think Alex Cox was. Do y'all remember when Tammy? It came out that Tammy said that she saw a stranger on her property, like dressed in black with a paintball gun or something. I think that was Alex Cox. That's what sucks. They roll to save their bacon when they deserve charges too. I know it. I mean, Melanie Gibb, like she could have really, I think, it's my opinion, prevented Tylee and JJ from being murdered by reporting Lori Vallow to CPS. Hey, I don't care who it is. If someone comes to me and says, "Oh, my kids are zombies, they're soulless beings now," I'm going to have no choice but to report them to CPS because that tells me they're mentally unstable. They got something serious going on and they could harm their kids, themselves, both, or someone else, you know? But no, Melanie Gibb bought into this. One of her interviews, she's like, I wasn't all the way on board. I was like 50%. Really? I can't believe anyone would buy that hogwash Chad was selling. I mean, really? Zombies? I've never seen in the Bible it mentioned zombies before in my life. Correct me if I'm wrong. These people are idiots. I'm telling you, sheep. You talk about sheep. Hey, Carolina girl. Assuming it was that. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Um, I mean, it could not have been Alex, but I don't know. I just feel like that he was their hitman. I read that he like worshipped the ground Lori walked on, and she got him all into this their religious hogwash. He was all into it, buying into it also, which is really confusing because I saw one of Alex Cox's stand-up comedy routines, and he was very vulgar in it. Just nasty talking, grabbing his private parts, doing jokes. It's like, and this dude's supposed to be all religious? You freaking serious? I wasn't surprised Chad didn't want a joint trial. I think he's going to turn on her for sure. I think he's going to also. I think he's going to also. Um, I kind of thought that maybe Lori being in jail away from him not being in her ear, she might come back down to reality, come back down to this world, because she lives in her own reality, her own world. But no, she's still in love with that ugly SOB. She sure is. She's still in love with him, wants to sit beside of him in trial. Why, he's uglier than sin. I'm sorry, but he is. I don't know what she ever saw in that idiot. He is a complete moron. Seriously. And his books suck. They're probably all lies. He probably had like maybe one near death experience, but the other ones that he's wrote about is hogwash. All the what do you call those? Oh gosh, the spiritual, I don't know the word, guys. My mind went blank. Moments they've had, like spirits visiting him, telling him all this and that. This bullshit. It's all lies. It's called creative writing. Now, each had strange ideas for they meant. Yeah. Morning, Billy Joe. It sounds like Chad hit reality and she is still effed all the way up. Yes, I don't know how people fall for that garbage like his books. Hey, Samara. Premonitions. Thank you, Yvonne. Hey, Nanya. Happy birthday, by the way, Nanya. Hope you're having epiphany. Something like that. Yeah, it's like he would say like spirits visiting. Like, there was one thing I read about. He actually told Tammy, like, her dead grandmother visited him when he was out in the yard working. And he said that he wanted Tammy to go visit her family. That's what the spirit told him. Tammy need to go visit her family. He goes in the house and tells her that. And she goes and visits her family. He's like, your dead grandmother visited me. She says you need to go home to your sister, visit, blah, blah, blah. She does it. I think he actually told her that to get her off the property so he could bury one of the kids in the backyard. I think Tylee, maybe. That's what they think. Could be mistaken. It's going to be interesting, yes. And hopefully it's going to be broadcast live, and hopefully we can watch it every morning together. I can live stream it. That's what I want to do. That's the plan. So hopefully it works out that way. They live stream everything else. Their hearings, all that. So they'll probably do the trials too. I'm assuming. I hope they get the death penalty. They deserve it. And Lori's the most responsible. I'm going to say it again. Well, for the 100th time. I think she's the most responsible because Tylee and JJ were her children. So I hope she gets the harshest punishment. But it's not looking too good for Chad either. I mean, the kids were in his backyard. If she was a smart woman, she would have blamed it all on him. She's not smart. So I'm glad she's not trying. I don't know. I'm just glad they'll be going to trial for something, I guess, what I'm trying to say. They get me so pissed off, I don't know what I'm saying. I get bumfuzzled. Time for a cigarette break. Exactly, Cece. And Chad's defense will use that for sure. Oh my gosh, Chad's defense lawyer, that John Pryor, is a freaking idiot. I cannot stand JR. Y'all, I named him JR from the old TV show Dallas because he reminds me of JR. What was JR's last name on that show? Ewing or something like that? JR Ewing? Something like that. He objected so much during, what was that we were watching, guys? Chad's like pretrial hearing or something like that. Oh my gosh, every minute he objected to something. And his objections were stupid, about stupid stuff. Hey, Samara, welcome to Southern Royalty. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it, guys. Oh, we're going to have a Google Meet tomorrow night. I almost forgot to tell y'all. Well, we have it every Wednesday night. We'll probably start about 8:30 p.m. And then Saturday night, I'm planning on having a Google Meet for all subscribers. Anyone that wants to come and chat with me real quick, and on the Google Meet, it's private. Nothing's recorded or anything like that. I'm going to get Lisa to host it with me. Anyways, it'll be fun. Hey, Sapphire. Oh, Sapphire, let me tell you while you're on here about the Google Meet. If anyone comes to the Google Meet and it asks you for a code, it is the last, I thought it was 10 digits, but it's the last like 7 letters, numbers, whatever, of the link. The last 7 digits, what we're going to call them. I think they're actually letters, though. So you would just put that in and you can come on in. But it shouldn't ask you for that. Oh, yeah. Remember Sue Ellen? Yeah. And then JR had a brother on there named, what was it? Wasn't his name Bobby? Didn't Priscilla Presley play on that? I think so. Anyways, Chad's lawyer is an idiot. I would not want him representing me. I think Bobby Shot Jr. but then it could have been Alexis. I remember that. I remember my mom used to watch that. I grew up watching Dallas, and she watched Guiding Light, Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, and Bold and Beautiful. Yeah. A lot of people watch Days. I never did get into that. I used to watch the soaps, but I just got tired of it. So he said, I don't really remember Dallas, just saying, who shot JR? I think it was Sue Ellen that actually shot him, I think. I could be wrong. Anyhow. Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell y'all a little bit of an update about the new suspect in Madeleine McCann's disappearance, which a lot of people think this new suspect is just a scapegoat. But anyways, he went to a court hearing and ended up with 2 broken ribs. Christian Bruckner. As they say, have you caught any of the Stifco trial on court TV? The girlfriend, ex-husband ordered pizza, which was delivered by the ex who worked at the pizza place, and they killed her for custody. Oh, no, I've not been watching that, but I do know what you're talking about. I think we actually talked about that on here before. I need to check that out. Shout on now, I got that theme song playing in my head. Okay, so I got distracted. I digressed, y'all. Let me pull up this crap about this new suspect. And by the way, I have been watching the Netflix series that they did on the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. I got to finish it. I'm on the episode that says, what's it called? The Silence Pact or something like that. I'm right at that episode. And when I get done watching it, we're going to talk about it. So, this new suspect was injured during an incident at a German court. Here's the thing, they're not saying how he was injured. Did this dude fall? I mean, I wouldn't care if he fell and broke his neck because he's a sex predator. Regardless if he's responsible for Madeleine's disappearance or not, this guy is a pedophile, convicted rapist. He'll rape anything he can get his hands on, don't matter how old they are or how young they are. He does not care. He's a complete weirdo. So he was there in court for a routine hearing about his drug charge or his drug conviction. So somehow he broke some ribs. It's not saying how. They took him to the hospital, confirmed 2 broken ribs. And I guess they patched him up, however they take care of broken ribs, and they sent his ass on back to court. That's how they handled that. The German prosecutors are saying that they still don't have enough evidence to hold him on Madeleine's case. In addition to the drug trafficking sentence, which Christian Bruckner will have finished serving in January, he was convicted in 2019 of the 2005 rape of a 72-year-old American woman in Portugal and sentenced to another 7 years. That conviction is under appeal. Madeleine was 3 years old at the time of her 2007 disappearance from an apartment while her family vacationed in the seaside town of Praia de Luz in Portugal's Algarve region. When authorities in June said they identified a 43-year-old German citizen as a suspect in the case and were investigating him on suspicion of murder. They're still investigating him. And they've went to old allotments that he lived at and found hidden cellars under the freaking ground and everything. And they also claimed that Christian Bruckner was in Praia de Luz the night Madeleine disappeared. He was, like, right in the location of the resort. Also, that American lady that he raped, that happened a year and a half before Madeleine's disappearance at the same resort. It's crazy. But let me tell y'all something, guys. I was watching this documentary on Netflix, and I was watching Madeleine's mother in it. And one of the interviews, she's holding like this little stuffed animal, and she's acting like she's crying, but I don't even see any tears come out. Yeah, I'm giving her the side eye right now. I know a lot of people think her parents know what happened to her. A lot of people think they gave the mom gave Madeleine some medicine to make her sleep. And I've heard people say that she gave her medicine to sleep, and somehow she got up and, I don't know, got on the couch or something, fell off the couch and hit her head. Died that way. And all the parents that were vacationing together, took this, silence pact to where, they agreed to never speak about it. That's one of the theories I've heard. I don't know. Her parents do act a little weird. Our holiday camps not too long ago told you leave your kids in rooms and they would to annoy the pub if security heard them crying. Oh my goodness. See, it's just always blown my mind that they left these little kids, Madeleine, or two little twin siblings, in that room by themselves and went to dine. That was a pretty good distance away. And they would like go check on the kids like every hour or something. Like, how long were they there dining? It just don't make sense why you would leave your kid alone in a resort room in a strange country. They had a nanny service at that resort, I heard. I don't know. I thought when families vacation together, they all ate dinner and stuff together. It's just weird. They worked for the government payments into their accounts they didn't need to explain. Yeah, it's so bizarre to leave tiny little kids like that alone. Strange country. Unattended. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he took her, and if he did, he sold her. If he did take her, he killed her that night. That's what I think. And look, they really messed up looking for Madeleine. I was watching on that documentary. They had video of the cops sitting beside the road on the highway. They're supposed to be stopping vehicles and searching them, not letting them out of that little town, but they're not. They're on the side of the road talking and goofing off. Some is sitting in their car because it's raining. And you can clearly see vehicles going by these cops. And that's supposed to be a checkpoint looking for Madeleine. So someone could have easily gotten her out of there. Verbal says he didn't take her. It's a setup. I pray she's alive. She could still be alive. Anything's possible. I always say that. Anything is possible. The police were fighting against each other instead of working together. Yes, and they had a lot of pressure on them. I'm sure they'd never dealt with anything, like this. They had a lot of pressure on them, and they just kept on doing press conferences, one right after another, just because they had so much pressure on them. And, the public was demanding answers and all this, reporters. Stacy says they were swingers. I've heard that they were swingers. I've heard that. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to keep repeating myself, but I just can't get past that they left 3 little kids unattended in a resort to go dine a pretty good distance away. We looked at a diagram of the resort and the little, what's it called, tapas restaurant they were dining at. It was a pretty good distance away. I would have never done that. I wouldn't leave my 13-year-old son in a hotel room and leave and go dine. Because, anything can happen. I just don't get it. I don't know why they didn't, get the hotel to get them a nanny. They had that option, I believe. It's so strange. And then some of the things that Madeleine's mom, Kate, wrote in her book that I've heard about, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. Weird. I'm surprised this case went on as long as it did without a fall guy. Yeah. This is going to be like John Benet Ramsey's case, I believe. Probably never solved. That's another case that buffaloes me or bamboozles me. Who killed John Benet? I got a good theory. I don't want to say on here. I don't think the mom and dad killed John Benet Ramsey. It definitely looked like the mom wrote that ransom note, though. There was, I think, is a good suspect is the guy that played Santa Claus at that last Christmas. Well, he played Santa Claus a couple years at the Christmas party the Ramseys went to. I think he's a good suspect because his daughter also went missing. Yes, like years and years before Madeleine did. I think it was around the holidays too. That case still puzzles me. Yes. Very Mary, I don't like to leave my kids in the car to get a pizza and they aren't little. Yeah, I mean, because some weirdo could jump in the car and take off with them or anything. You never know. Very Mary, we would make a fun jury. Yeah, we really would. Yeah. That is bad for tourism for sure, Stacy. For sure. I just want to know how this guy broke his ribs. I mean, I wonder if he took a fall, if he got if he got a little rough with the guards and they had to beat him up or what. It's hard to believe it says it's been 13 years ago since Madeleine disappeared. Seems like it's been longer than that to me. I think Madeleine disappeared. I think I was pregnant with my son at the time. I can remember it being all over the news. My brother's brother-in-law was one of the biggest cases of missing kid in the UK. Yvonne, really? I hate to hear that. Did did they did they find him or not, Yvonne? The guy who lived across the street had written a fiction short story about a little girl getting murdered in a basement. Heard that in 1996 crime book. Too creepy. Well, in this documentary that I'm watching, there is a guy, I think he's from the UK. He's living in Pride, Deluge, and he is right there trying to be involved in Madeleine's case. I think the police were using him as a translator, but reporters got suspicious of him because he was like right there. He was always right there, out there with reporters and, talking with reporters, acting like he's an expert on the case. And I believe police actually raided his home. He lived with his mom there. They took some computer equipment and stuff, but nothing ever became of it. He was never found. Sandy Davidson. Oh, I hate to hear that, Yvonne. That's sad. verbal broken ribs. He's still a piece of shit. Child abuser, so good. Yeah, that's what I say about him. Even if he's not responsible for Madeleine's disappearance, he's still a piece of shit pedophile. Hope he never gets out. He actually molested his girlfriend's daughter and filmed it, took pictures and all, and police found it on his computer. They went to arrest him over a domestic violence incident and took his devices and found it. And he had molested this girl out at like a park. Yeah, it was like out in the open. Sick son of a bitch. But anyhow, he slipped on soap in court. He slipped on something, that's for sure. I hope his ribs hurt him like hell all night tonight. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't wish bad things, but hey, he's a piece of shit, you know, child molester, rapist. Let's not forget he raped a 72-year-old woman, tied her up, raped her, and filmed it. Allegedly, he also, there was some video found of him raping a younger woman in Pryor, Deluge, and he had her tied up, and they said on the tape that she was begging for him not to hurt her and to untie her. He's a sicko. He's one sick individual. I don't even think he's human. I heard John Ramsey had a son who he didn't acknowledge, and that's who did it. And I'm on the train, to be honest. It's interesting to look at. I knew John Ramsey had older kids because he had a older daughter that got killed in a car accident. I didn't know he had an older son. I think Patsy Ramsey was actually, she won Miss West Virginia. She was a pageant queen. Yvonne, I'd say that has been rough on his mom. I can't imagine. Can you imagine your child disappearing and you have no idea where they're at? Can you imagine all the things that runs through your head? And I just can't imagine, not knowing if they're alive, if they're safe, if they're hungry, if they're being beaten, tortured, violated, just can't imagine that something like that would probably drive me crazy, just to be honest. Too many missing people. Yeah, I wonder how many missing people there are in the world total. All over the world, just not the U.S. It would end me too, Yvonne. I only have one child, and even if I had multiple children, it would probably end me. I always taught my son, stranger danger. Here's the thing that always made me think Christian was a good suspect. Well, for one, he raped that woman, elderly American woman, a year and a half before Madeleine's disappearance. Same location, around the same location. He was in the area. Allegedly, phone records show that, cell phone records, the night Madeleine disappeared. He had broken into that resort before. He knew how to get in and out of there. That's what's made me think he's a good suspect. But also, another part of me thinks it's too convenient. I like to see those phone records. Yvonne, I have two, but 10 years between them. Well, really, I've got 5 kids. I mean, I've got my human son, Timothy, and I've got all these dogs. Let me tell you, my dogs do not know they're dogs, especially my beagle. She does not know she's a dog. I mean, she expects to be treated equally. I mean, if I'm fixing supper, like she's in the kitchen like a little kid or something, like all excited, and they're my fur babies. Holiday resorts are full of sex weirdos. Yeah. That's like paradise for them, going to a resort where they can see little children in their swimsuits. Freaking sickos, son of a bitches. Kills me. Y'all remember that Netflix documentary, Cuties? I believe it's called Cuties. I ended up watching that to see what the big deal about it is. I see what the big deal is about it. Your kids is dressing very revealing, you know, and dancing like strippers and stuff. And that's like a pedophile's dream to watch something like that. Freaking sickos. I wouldn't let my child participate in a damn film like that. I mean, these little bitty girls are twerking and just doing some nasty dancing in some skimpy clothes. It's a pedophile's dream. Nobody deserves to be hurt. Hey, Jeannie Brown, does a lot of Hollywood actors have a lot to do with children missing? Well, I know there are a lot of rich pedophiles. For example, Jeffrey Epstein and his crew. Every one of them sick. Ghislaine Maxwell, she's a sicko. You know what? This is 2020. That's not standing anymore. You know, letting these weirdos by with abusing children just because they have money, because they're rich and powerful. Finally, people are taking a stand against it. Remember that movie Missing or Gone Missing? Well, I do remember a movie. It's called Missing, and it's like kind of a Western movie. But anyways, this girl gets kidnapped from her home, and she's going to be sold into sex slavery. I hate kids dressed as adults. There's enough time as adults. I know. Let them be kids. They're only little ones, and time flies by. Let them be little girls and little boys. You know? I used to watch toddlers in tiaras. But now that I think back on it, you know, those little girls in those beauty pageants, they dress pretty skimpy too in their swimwear and other outfits. You know, and most of the time, those little girls don't even want to be in those pageants. Some of them put little boys in the pageants too, the glitz pageants. They don't want to be in them. The mothers want them in it. A dad's daughter gets kidnapped. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's got Liam, what's his name? The guy with the sexy voice. Liam, is it Nelson? Something like that. I know what you're talking about. Liam Neeson. Thank you, Yvonne. I love him. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of those movies. I think there's like at least 3 of them. The first one's the best, I think. Sadly, that happens. Yeah, it happens. It's really not safe to travel alone. It's really not. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's not safe. Taken. It's called Taken, yes. That's the name of it. Taken. But there is one called, I think it's called The Missing. It's got Tommy Lee Jones in it. And Angelica, I think it's got Angelica Houston in it. Maybe it don't. Maybe it's someone else. But it's pretty good. Child pageants should be outlawed. They should outlaw everything but spelling bees. Yes. I usually don't like those action movies, but I like Liam. He's a good actor. I think his wife died some years back. I think seems like she committed suicide or something. I can't remember. More than we know in women help. Yeah. There's women pedophiles. It's just not males. There's women that are sickos too. That's for sure. Well, guys, I think I'm going to get off here and try to get some things done. I can't hardly sit here in this chair too long. It starts hurting my daggone hip. I'm getting old. I agree. It's not safe to go anywhere traveling for sure alone. And ladies, if you're pregnant, please do not meet anyone off the internet for free clothes or go to their house and pick up anything or let them come to your house or anything. Beware being pregnant and advertising it online. You should be able to do things like that on Facebook, but it's not freaking safe. Look at all these cases we cover where women's been murdered for their babies. Just beware. Beware of people. It's not safe. There's a lot of weirdos out here on the internet. You don't never know someone's true intentions. Just remember, people online can portray themselves any way they want. They can be anything they want to be. Just don't trust everybody. Even if you're not pregnant, don't trust people online. Please never meet a stranger. If you need baby clothes or something, or clothes for your kids, meet someone at the police station. Go in and tell the police, hey, I'm meeting someone from online to pick up some yard sale items. Yes, God bless you, Jeannie. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the people that stopped in this morning. I like when new people come in. Anyways, guys, y'all remember the Google Meet tomorrow night. I'll make a community post for members sometime tomorrow, and I'll remind y'all tomorrow morning. But anyways, have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace. Thank you all for your support. It means the world to me. Bye, guys.